Hi, I'm Tony Wadley from Moorlands Radio Sport. You're about to watch the best footage in this league. Sit back and enjoy the highlights from today's game. I think he's going to be highly delighted that he doesn't know where he scores on your love list, I'll be honest. Neil, that
hopefully well down the list.
Well down the list, absolutely. Unfortunately, I've got a different problem altogether. Right, Neil, that was a hard-fought derby win.
Exactly what we thought it was going to be, Tony, and what we planned for. There's a lot of difficulties we faced coming today. Players injured, players ill, who got through the game, and I'm sure Castle were the same. Anybody who's got a fit squad at the moment is very lucky with what's going round. So we knew it was going to be a difficult pitch. There's so many things not in our favour today, and we said we've got to find a way of winning this football match, and them lads did.
They did, they put a performance in. It was a hard-fought game by anybody's assessment, wasn't it? Because there was a lot of time that the ball was in midfield and it was combated, wasn't it, to midfield, so there was nothing offered and nothing given.
No, and you shouldn't expect that in a derby game, and I think both teams played the right way. As you say, competitive, tough, hard, that's how games always used to be. Not for the purist by any means, but a hard-fought win which we'll take.
The first goal come, I suppose some would say it was a little bit fortuitous. It wasn't really, because it was a heck of a strike by Marc Grocott. I mean, I had a great view of it, and I think any goalkeeper would have been struggling to deal with it, but it was straight down his throat, and perhaps Newcastle would argue that he should have done better with it.
Yeah, I'm sure the goalkeeper will say himself he would, but you're right about the force of the shot. I mean, he's got probably the most powerful shot in the club, and when he connects, they hit the back of the net. His goals record this year is far better, and I thought he put in a real captain's performance.
Now they got back on terms, Neil, through a penalty. Now again, this was in front of me, and I utterly failed, if there was a handball, to see it. What was said?
We thought it was a clear handball. It was a ball that came into the box. His hand was up there, and it's almost a reactive gesture that he made. So we had no complaints. We thought it was a penalty.
And Mr. Van der Loon took it well as well.
Oh, certainly did, yeah. But, you know, Keynes was another one today who everybody put in a real shift, if you like. I don't like using that word, but it was a shift rather than a great performance. But I'll accept that on days like this.
And then the 3 points finally came from a ball from your right hand side, which seemed to evade two Newcastle players. And Tom Carr must have thought that he needed an additional Christmas present when the ball came to his feet.
Well, it's a great position to pick up first and foremost. Getting strikers right in there. He scored one in training in midweek, and I said to him, I love them goals from 18 inches. But the move was terrific, weren't it?
It was.
Reverse pass from Rob. Will's put in he hasn't just whacked it in there, he's actually he's passed it into the box. And Tom's on the end of it, and Will looked more like himself in the second half. I thought he was outstanding.
You just preempted my next question, because he was, wasn't he? He was more of the Will Ugle that we saw when he first came to the club.
Yeah, it's taken him a game and a half, and he didn't start the game well. I thought he grew into the game. The second half, he had a real influence on the game.
And Dan Trivy-Smith, you lost, we believe, through a hamstring injury.
Yeah, we knew that he wasn't going to play today, so we practiced in the week playing 4-3-3. It's a blow when you lose top players, and he is a top player. But we've won games without Dan before, we've won games without Rob, and we've won games without Gracie before. So, I thought people would step up to the plate, and they did.
Just one final question, because we knew that Tom Hinton had come to the club at the start of the season, and in fact he played in a practice game, I think, against Eastwood Hanley, managed to score that day, but we've not heard anything off him since. Just give us a tale there.
He's at university in Leeds, and he's playing his football with Thorn Colliery up there, so we don't see a lot of him. He was over for the Christmas period at home. He's trained with us twice this week, so I thought it was daft not to include him.
And would you do, is he one that you've got your eye on that you'd like to add to the ranks? Because he's a local lad. I mean, he's ex-Rangers, ex-Abbey Alton.
He trained with us all pre-season, but when he got his place at university, we knew we were going to lose him. That was always on the cards, but we wanted to stay with us. He's a player of great potential, good lad. We've got him when he's available. If we don't have him, he's playing at Thorn, so he's getting some football.
Neil, thanks for joining us. I suppose that's the best Christmas present a Leek Town could have wanted.
Without a doubt. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you, all our listeners, and Happy New Year, Tony.
Thanks very much. That is Neil Baker.